Hello, Cal. Scared? You shouldn't be. This is just fun. Hello, pretty on TikTok chat. Just loaded TikTok chat. I forgot to do that because it doesn't automatically load it. It's red for theming. SMH. How the fuck is my encoding overloaded? I just have the VTube Studio in my browser open and OBS. Whoa. Ah. Hello, everyone. Oh, this is such a vibe. We got Archivist. Call this shit Magnus Archive. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, wait, give me 1 second, chat. I am well, Cal. And we are going to be seeing what this whole Generation Loss Founders game is about. Wait, let me... Why does Spotify not want to work? Wait, I found it. Spotify isn't... Why isn't Spotify loading? Spotify thinks my internet doesn't exist. I don't... What? Sorry, I don't know what's happening. Spotify is stopped. Offline mode off. What? Okay, I'm gonna close Spotify. Sorry, my Spotify's broken right now. I need music. I'm honestly not freaking tired. I feel like I should be, but I'm just not. I'm just too goated. I'm chopped! Wait, I'm goated. Anyway. Welcome to the Founders Game. We're selecting Chapter 1, of course, and seeing what this is all about. You wake up to find yourself in a concrete room. A light fixture swings gently from the ceiling. You wipe your eyes to see a large metal door with a circular window. As you get up, you notice your arm is connected to a wire in the wall that disconnected as you rise. Do we look through the door or open it? I'm thinking I want to look through it. You see a long hallway with similar metal doors spaced along its walls. Fluorescent lights flicker along the hallway and provide a soft blue glow. You see a tall man and you see sorry. Hello, thank you for following Christopher Alfson on TikTok. You see a tall man in a black lab coat exit from a door on your left. I guess let's open the door. Cranking the wheel to the left, you open the door. It swings open and it hits the wall as you step through. In front of you is a long hallway with similar doors, evenly spaced out, seemingly going for hundreds of feet. Fluorescent lights flicker along the hallway and provide a soft blue glow. The door... Brain. The door you step out of is at the end of the hallway. Walk, don't walk. Well, I'm not a freaking loser. I'm gonna walk. You begin to walk down the hallway. A different noise emanates out of each door as you walk past. Oh my goodness. I forgot to fill up my water bottle. Okay, keep walking. You keep walking down the hallway. The walls line with paperwork and notices. You don't understand any of them. Look into window. You look into the round window of the door. Oh my god. Wait. I think I know what's happening there. Let's turn around. You turn around and see a large door with an exit sign above it. You push through the door without a second thought. You are met with a hallway and two signs. One says laboratory and is pointing right. The other says holding cell B and is pointing left. Lab. Great choice. Continue. That's right. Yeah, I forgot that this was a community voted thing. It's just how such things go. You walk into the holding cell. A large metal door comes up on your right of the tight hallway. You can't seem to find any way to open it. It seems sealed shut. As you inspect the door, you hear a soft growl come from the other side. What you can only assume and hope is a one-way mirror is to the left of the door. Ah! Hiccups. Look into the window. You look through the window. What the fuck is that? Like, what even is this supposed to be? I'm gonna keep walking. I'm afraid. You keep walking down the hallway. Flickering fluorescent lights illuminate the concrete corridor. You stop at a red metal door. Try the door. You try the door. Before you can press fully, you feel a blunt force hit your back. Pain shoots through your spine as your vision begins to darken. You open your eyes to see a red, glowing orb in front of you. Looking inside of it, you almost feel like you cannot comprehend what lies ahead of you. It is one color but many, bright but dark. You reach your hand towards it, hoping to gain some understanding. After school slash. Ew. Begin. Your name is Ben. A senior at LF High, you have made quite a name for yourself in the last 4 years. You've had many achievements on and off the field. Model student, the perfect life. You wake up and slowly lift your head from your desk. You look around to find that your fellow classmates and even your teachers seem to have left already. You must have slept through your last period. Class was never very exciting anyway. I'm gonna inspect my desk. You look at your desk and see your class notes. You can pinpoint the exact moment you stopped paying attention and started to doodle. Your biology notes, cut off as a crude drawing of a robot, takes up the rest of the page. The ink's slightly smudged from the results of your nap. SM freaking H. I need to drink water. Okay, let's look around. You look around and spot the moonlight seeping in from the window. You're known for sleeping in class, but you've never slept in for this long. Usually, the janitor would at least wake you up, but he hasn't gotten to this room yet, it seems. It wasn't the first time that a student had been left well past the end of the day. Not a problem. Hello, March Around. Welcome in. I think we should think. You think to yourself, the janitor must still be cleaning. You probably just need to find the exit and then go home. Well, let's get up then. You get up from your desk, taking your bag with you. You look around the classroom, only illuminated by the moonlight. It's unsettling seeing it this quiet for once. Pick up bears. Teacher's desk, or do we look out the window? I'm gonna look out the window. You walk towards the windows. It's dark out, so dark you can barely see the world past a few feet. As you stare into the void, you swear you can make out a figure in the darkness, staring back at you. You look down at the lock, it's glued shut. You peek back outside, and the figure seems to be gone. You blame it on exhaustion, and wondering what time it could be, you glance at your watch. Crap, battery must be dead. SMH, the battery. Well, let's leave, I guess. You don't want to be in this place any more than you already have to. You start to worry where your parents must think you are. It's time to leave. You open the classroom door and enter an all too familiar hallway. Lifeless and empty, the classroom now has an eerie silence to it. In contrast to its usual bustle, blue lockers span the sides as various school rally posters hang above them. The hallway is dark, only illuminated by the small amount of moonlight coming through the door windows and red exit sign at the end of the hallway. You know you should probably go to the exit and find your way home, but part of you wants to explore the rest of the school. You've never seen it past closing. Let's go principal's office. You walk to the principal's office just to have a peek, as you've always been curious about the rumor that he keeps a large amount of candy in his top desk drawer that gets taken from the annual Halloween bash. As you walk up the stairs, you feel a weird sense of familiarity with your surroundings. Try the door. You jostle the door handle. To everyone's surprise, it's locked. As you peek through the window, you can barely make out the desk before hearing a broken glass sound behind you. You quickly turn to see the large wooden trophy case and a large hole in the glass. Wait, I need to do something really quickly. Is this game all text? There's a few images. There's actually, the images are where it gets crazy, I'll say that. You missed earlier, you might have to go back, peek back in the VOD, or when this gets turned into a video, see it. There's a scary little monster guy earlier. It was actually the same monster guy that's in the thumbnail. Okay, I need to change something really quickly because of how I have my audio tracks split. Just in case if there's any more bits of audio, because there was just that glass breaking sound. But that in the video, that's going to get ruined because, yeah. Because it's on the same audio track as my music, and I'm going to mute the music in the video so I can put actual other music in its place. Or more accurate, just put like music that fits the vibe more. I need to find the thing. Ah. Okay, okay. Change Google Chrome to system audio. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's inspect the trophy case. You look at the countless faces of the most memorable students from past years. People that you have never known personally, but these people are worth remembering, are worth remembering more than all of the others. But there are countless trophy cases in countless schools that you don't even know about. So how important can these people really be? You shake out of the You shake out of the existentialism and back to searching what could have made the glass break. You search the case and find a small branch has made its way inside, seemingly thrown at the glass. Continue. The hallway is dark, only illuminated by the small amount of moonlight coming through the door windows and the red exit sign at the end of the hallway. I guess we should go to the bathroom now. Joined 19 minutes late and I feel like I missed an hour. No, don't worry, you haven't missed much. That crazy stuff hasn't happened yet. You make your way to the bathroom. You walk in and look around. Looks about what you would expect. Just the same old school bathroom, just darker. You stroll around the stalls, inspecting the various etchings and writings marked into the surface. Let's look into the mirror. You look into the mirror and see Whoa. The same old you. Let's leave. You leave the bathroom. Continue. The hallway is dark, only illuminated by the small amount of moonlight coming through the door windows and the red exit sign at the end of the hallway. Just go back to the principal's office. You walked to the principal's office. Just to have a peek, as you've always been curious about the rumor that he keeps a large... Try the door. You jostle the door handle. To everyone's surprise, it's locked. Try the door. You try the door again. Shocker. It's still locked. You glance back at the trophy case behind you. What could have made that shape in the glass? You try the door again. The handle... Oh, that actually works. The handle breaks and the door swings open. You walk towards the principal's desk. It's covered in paperwork about students you don't know well enough to recognize. In the corner of your eye, you catch the glimpse of her PC power light flashing. Outside, you hear rustling. You hear rustling of glass. Let's turn on the PC. You sit down at the principal's desk and turn on the PC. The startup sound startles you. The PC opens up to the desktop. It's completely blank except for a file in this center labeled 134532-8/13.mp3. Play the file. You press play on the file. It loads for a second, then begins to play over the speakers. It's hard to make out what you're hearing through the distortion, but you hear the secretary's voice.
Hey, the principal's office. Hey, to the principal's office.
I think somebody needs to go to the principal's office. Your fear of being caught gets the best of you. You peek outside the door at an empty hallway outside. Surely the next person who tries to open the door will think they broke it. The hallway is dark, only illuminated by the small amount of moonlight coming through the door windows and the red exit sign at the end of the hallway. Okay. Sounds like something you would hear in a FNAF VHS tapes. Okay. Let's exit. You know what? Let's finally do it. Let's exit this dang place. You walk towards the exit. You continue through the halls, glancing into each classroom as you pass by. You feel like you're being watched. Is someone else here? In the corner of your eye, you see a red figure run by. It startles you, and you quickly whip around to look for it. Are you imagining things? You walk to where you saw the figure run by and look down the corridor. A tall red figure stands back at you from the end of the hall. He gestures for you to follow him. With every move, he seems to glitch and jolt. Let's follow. I think that's the only thing we can do. You decide to follow the red one. He leads you down hallways, looking back every so often to see if you are still following. He makes it to another exit and turns to face you. You feel the whole room begin to shake. Your head pounds and as your vision blurs. You feel almost out of your own body. You quickly snap out of it as lockers begin intensely spewing a strange black substance. Is this like a statistical choice horror game? Yeah, well, each chapter of this was coming out, people were actually able to vote for which outcome happened. So, yeah. But now it's already all out. So it is just basically like a text-based adventure game. I think this was supposed to only be... This is like technically like a test for future ones of this, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. This is what I've heard. Wait. Ah! Oh, I just restarted my GoXLR. Oh no. Oh no. They hate me. I'm chopped! Wait, I'm goated. Okay. Continue. You turn back to see where the red one once was, and see the exit doors rattle, as if something is trying to get in. You begin to run. You don't look back. You hear an overwhelming noise of what you can only assume to be the lockers attached to the opposite walls, crashing together. You make your way to the gym and quickly close the doors behind you, as 2 lockers crash directly in front of the steel doors. You'll have to find another way out. Continue. You find yourself in the school gym. You need to find a way out. Search the gym, try the window. Let's search the gym. You search the gym. As you do, you see a large bulky silhouette peering through one of the windows and walk away. You look everywhere for some kind of exit, for something that can help you handle whatever is outside, but unless its weakness is a rubber ball, you don't find anything. You feel like the answer to your problem isn't going to be here. Best to continue on. Storage, lab, theater. Let's go to the lab. You walk into your school laboratory. Before you can make out if maybe one of the windows are open, it appears. Oh my god, what is this? Hello there. He opens the window for you, pushing through the locks and precautions added to keep it closed. The chill of the outside breeze against your skin. Exit. Before you can even think of what to do, you see a hand come out of the darkness to grab you. A large arm with a ripped up sleeve and a glove hand tries to pull you out. Run. You run out of the lab into the hallway. It seems to go on forever. Surely there is somewhere you can hide. Janitor closet. You run into the janitor's closet, quickly locking the door behind you. Before you have time to gather your thoughts, you hear a voice. What are you doing here, son? You turn to see the school janitor. What the fleep? You seem rattled. Come sit down. What is the matter? You aren't supposed to be here this late. I knew I shouldn't have taken that nap. He mutters to himself. Explain. There's a monster, you quickly explain. Or some kind of large guy? Thing? I'm not really sure. I think it's been following me. I tried getting out through a window and it tried to grab me. I think it wants to kill me or something. You explain how the windows have been locked, and the janitor takes a long sigh. I'll explain on the way, son. Let's get you out of here. The janitor gets up, grabs a key ring with more keys than ring, and gestures you to follow. The janitor would sound like that, because that's how the janitor sounds. Okay? Oh freaking K? As you follow, he begins to explain your situation. You chose the wrong day to fall asleep. I thought I I thought I checked your classroom, he says, nearly under his breath. From time to time, this here creature outside tends to want in for some odd reason, and once a week, it tries to get in and cause some damage. It doesn't try very hard. Just a couple locked windows and boards and the doors seems to keep him. Seems to keep him out. The police tried to get involved, but well, they couldn't find it from the outside. The janitor leads you through the hallways, gesturing towards the locked doors and windows. The school makes too much money for the city, so they decided instead of closing the school or hiring an investigator, they'd rather pay me more to stay overnight and make sure everything stays shut. So as long as all the windows are locked, it has no way of getting in. The janitor pauses. Did you say earlier that it was grabbing you through a window? The janitor looks a little concerned. Well, yeah, you answer. I tried getting through an open window in the lab. I didn't even get close. Oh yes, goodbye, rush train. See you later. The blood drains from the janitor's face. His head snaps around as you faintly hear the sound of crashing coming from down the hall. We have to get out of here! Right now! Follow me! You follow the janitor, being able to keep up with ease. You try to look back at what you can only assume is the chasing you, but you aren't able to make anything out before the janitor starts to yell back at you. Okay, you have to listen to me and listen closely. I have to find the key to get through the main doors. If the big guy starts coming by, you need to hide. I'll be okay. Don't try to be brave, all right? I can take him. You nod as you approach the main doors. You hear footsteps getting closer and closer as the janitor fumbles the keys, looking for the right one. You hear a clicking screech coming from the end of the hallway. The janitor turns around to find the source of the noise. You see his expression change from that of subtle confidence to fear. Is it bigger? Oh my goodness, what even is happening here? I think I want to hide. Great choice. You duck behind a trash can nearby, able to watch as the janitor, ready to fight, takes out a large hunting knife from a holster on his side. The janitor glances to where you've hidden. You can see the uncertainty as his voice trembles. Don't worry, son. Don't worry, son. I can still take him. You can only watch as it approaches the janitor. You watch the janitor fall to the floor. His head tilts away from his concaved neck. Run. You stumble to your feet and run down the hallway away from the figure, looking for any kind of exit. As you sprint through the hallways, your eye catches the gym door slightly ajar. You run inside, hoping for a place to escape. You run into the gym and close the door behind you with a loud slam. Shit! You need to hide. Quick. You look to the exit to see it barricaded by the gym equipment. Beside it, the bleachers are still out from the last pep rally. Unblock gym exit. You sprint to the blocked exit door and quietly begin to push and shove the equipment away. You hear loud footsteps grow closer from the hall outside. Your pace quickens. As you frantically remove the equipment from the blockade, the footsteps from the hallway match the pulse in your ears. You hear the gym door slowly creak open. You try to push through the crack in the door, only to be pulled back. Your body turns in his hands, and you come face to face with the hollow mask. You feel a pressure around your neck that only grows. You hear a crack, and are only barely able to feel your neck caving in before your vision goes black. Oh, I died. Oh no, don't tell me I need to... Okay, let me, wait, I'm curious if the options are any different here. I doubt it would be, but you know. Didn't know we could freaking die. Okay, I think this is probably the same, right? It's probably all the same. Surely. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's just the same. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch scenes so you guys can't see this. I'm gonna bloop. Okay, what was on? I was on like chapter 4. Okay, wait. Main scene. There we go. Oh, wrong scene. Main scene. Okay. You can see the uncertainty as his voice trembles. Can I not like skip through this? Can I not like make it go quicker? Oh, I can. If I hit space, it'll just... Oh. That, though, I can't skip. Run. Okay. Alright. Let's hide under... right? Yeah. Ah. Alright, let's hide under bleachers. You run under the bleachers, positioning yourself on the floor in a way in which you can only hope you aren't able to be seen. You watch through the cracks of the steps as you see the figure walk closer until his feet stop directly in front of you. You hear a crash and feel the weight of the seats above you crash into your back. You can only let out a stifled groan before you hear one more crash. You can't feel your legs or your torso. They are no longer attached to you. You feel your vision goes black. Wait, this is interesting. I don't think there's a single other path. So it does change. Okay. Look around. Okay. We're just gonna skip through this. The window. It's crap. Must be dead. Okay. But this is curious. Okay, we're gonna exit. The exit feels unfamiliar. Turn to the janitor. Wait. Go back. Can we go back? Wait. I need to... We're reloading the page. In the corner. The janitor lays in front of you in a pool of his own blood. His head a few feet away, slightly rocking back and forth, his eyes lifeless and empty. It all comes rushing back to you. You aren't... It all comes back in. You aren't safe. You hear footsteps down the hall. Hide. You quickly jumped into a nearby locker. It's a lot less spacious than you remember. You hear faint footsteps. Hide. You continue to stay in the locker. A photo of someone's sweetheart stares back at you. The footsteps draw closer. Hide. You're still in the locker. You hope that smell is just a rotten sandwich. The footsteps pass you. Hide. You're still in the locker. You hear a noise behind the door. You crouch down, slightly open the door to peek outside. Cover your mouth. Stop yourself from making a noise. Oh no. Is he dragging the janitor? You freeze. You wait until the dragging grows faint. You quietly slide out of the locker. The door swings shut with a loud slam that echoes through the halls. The sound of dragging stops. Run. You begin to run as fast as you can down the hallway. You hear footsteps behind you grow faster and faster. You come to an intersection of the hallways. Hello, Astro's World. Welcome to the stream. We're playing the Founders game. Let's go left. You turn left and keep running. Lockers and locked doors pass you by. Left. You turn left and keep running. The halls line with lockers. Too many lockers. Right. You turn right and keep running. You start breathing heavy. You're tired, but not too tired to stop. Left. You turn left. You start to slow down, catch your breath. As you slow down, you realize you can't hear footsteps behind you any longer. But you still need to find a way out. You keep moving. As you turn down the hallway, you run right into a familiar face. Who is this? Your history teacher. Uh-oh. Your teacher looks at you, taking a second to gather her thoughts before speaking. Ben, where's the fire? You shouldn't be here this late. Are you okay? Let's get you home. Follow me, honey. What time is it? She checks her watch. It's nearly midnight. Way too late for you to be up. You do have a test tomorrow, after all. Janitor is dead. She pauses for a second before walking again. Dead? You must have just seen something, sweetie. He is known to take long naps, after all. Don't you remember? Where are we going? She turns the corner. I'm taking you home. Follow. You turn to the hallway. Your teacher stops in her tracks. She stares straight ahead. Fear fills her eyes as she pushes you behind her. Don't move, she says sternly. Look over her shoulder. Oh no. Fight. Continue. You ready your stance and put up your fists. Ready to take whatever blows come your way. You hear your teacher fumbling with her keys as she tries to unlock a closet nearby. There might be an unlocked window in here. The janitor usually doesn't get them all, she says, out of breath. You can only watch as the figure approaches and looks down at you. Hello, Shra. Welcome in. You're about to witness the fight, or me probably getting murdered by the monster. Before you can even think to react, you feel a sharp pain in your neck. You experience a pain unlike any other, of what you can only assume is the feeling of your spine being exposed from your neck. Your vision goes dark. Game over. Brr, brr. Oh, this is actually really cool though, because when we die, then it loops. Your name is Ben. You and slowly lift your heaviness in your chest that you can't shake. Your breaths are sharp. Okay. Your name is Ben. You wake up and slowly lift your head from your desk. You feel a heaviness in your chest that you can't shake. Your breaths are short and sharp. You look around the classroom to find the classroom empty. You feel nauseous. Look around. You look around and spot the moonlight seeping in from the window. It's late. You must have fallen asleep in class. You usually don't do that, but the janitor should have woken you by now. You think about the janitor for a moment. You feel like you're forgetting something. Think. You think to yourself for a moment. You feel a tightness in your chest. As you clutch your chest, you notice how badly your hands are shaking. You just want to find the exit so you can go home. You get up from your desk, taking your bag with you. You look around the classroom. There's less desks than normal. You hear a pulse echo through your head in the silence. It's unsettling. Teacher's desk. What's in the teacher's desk? You walk over to the teacher's desk. You feel a sense of deja vu looking at your teacher's things. It feels like you're forgetting something. There isn't anything else of note on her desk besides a photo. Besides a photo of her python. You don't want to be in this place any longer than you already have to. But it's time to leave. Continue. You open the classroom door and enter an all too familiar hallway. Lifeless and empty. Oh god, I just knocked over my stream deck. The hallway now has an eerie silence to it. In contrast to its usual bustle, orange lockers span the sides of various school club posters hang above them. The school feels different. The hallway is dark, only illuminated by the red exit sign at the end of the hallway. You're still breathing heavy. You feel lightheaded. Maybe you ate something weird. You feel like you're going to be sick. Let's go to the bathroom. You stumble to the bathroom. You walk in and look around. It looks different. Look into the mirror. You look into the mirror and see, that's not me. The same old you. You stare into the eyes of the person in the mirror. Your memory sparks. You remember. The janitor. The teacher. The monster. You need to leave. Now. You quickly run out of the bathroom and turn to run to the exit. As you walk out the door, you come to a halt. You look around. You're back in your classroom. As you turn around to look back into the bathroom, the door slams shut. You need to find a way out. Also, did I say hello, Copia? Hello, welcome in. Windows. You remember what your teacher told you. The janitor is messy. Sometimes he doesn't seal all the windows. You make your way to the windows. You try to pry open a window. The teacher was right. You're able to get one slightly open, but it stops due to the janitor's work. Sadly, the created gap isn't big enough for you to squeeze through, so you try another window. Same problem with this one. You make your way to the windows until you get to the very last one. Before you can try the last one, you hear a crash from the first window. Not again. Is this a whole bunch of zombies? What the fuck? Is this like a horde of zombies? The hands crashing through every window. Grabbing around for something. Grabbing around for you. These all too familiar footsteps grow closer. Run. You turn around, looking for a way to escape. Quickly. You see a red blur run by through the classroom door window. The door creaks open. You make a run for it, back into the hallway. Right. You turn to the right without hesitation. You run down the hallway, passing lockers and classrooms. You pass under a banner for the winter dance. You don't seem to care who you're going with right now. Welcome back, Straw. There's still spooky things happening. You keep running down the hall. You nearly slip on something as you sprint. You look back and see small puddles of blood on the floor through the hall. You turn back around to focus forward and almost run into a wall. You reach a dead end. You look around for another way to go, but all you see is lockers. The footsteps behind you grow louder. Hide in a locker. You run to the lockers and look for an open one. As your eyes scan the surrounding lockers, you spot one in the back. You spot one back the way you came, slightly ajar. You make a run for it. As you approach the locker, you realize it's yours. Royal Ace has decided that I need to look in DMs. I will not dance. AshyBear doesn't dance. Actually, I danced once and I turned it into a TikTok. Crazy stream. So, was that on? I don't even remember. Open the locker. You open the locker and jump back as what's inside begins to shift and fall out.
I'm fantasizing about a potential.
Thank you, Abes, for raiding. Hello, Abes Raiders. Okay. Sorry, I need to go back to the main scene. I will not do a cartwheel. Or did YouTube chat know I was here? Because YouTube chat shows up and I spoke your name. Okay. You open the locker and jump back as what's inside begins to shift. Shift and fall out. You stare at your history teacher stuffed in the locker. You can't stomach looking at her any longer. You shut the locker closed with a squish. You've had enough of this monster. You want to leave and don't care if the monster gets in your way. You walk back down the hallway you came. You don't care for the footsteps that follow you. You stomp through the halls, checking every corridor for an exit. You swear there's an exit here. You swear there were exits here, but every turn is just more lockers, more classrooms, more school. Stop. You stop for a moment and look around. You barely recognize anything around you. You spot a class you recognize. Your 8th period class. You know exactly where the exit is from here. You sprint down the halls through the familiar route, slow to a walk as you approach the exit. Exit. You turn the corner with confidence. You can't help but smile as the thought of leaving the school and getting home safe. You look up at the exit doors. Oh no. Continue. Frustration fills your body. Where did the door go? The exit was here yesterday. You begin to breathe heavy. You've run through the whole school. This can't be the only way out. You run down the hall trying to open every classroom door along the way. Locked. 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 Keep running. You keep running. Windows. There's gotta be a window around here you can break and leave through. The monster's already in here. Who cares if you break some more windows? You look into the classrooms as you sprint by. Their walls are blank. Keep running. You begin to panic. What if there's no way out? What if you're stuck in here? Why does this school never seem to end? You turn the corner to see a familiar face. To see a familiar scene. Your principal's office. You sigh in relief. You think you can remember another exit route from here. You can remember a few places to get from there. You walk closer to the principal's office. As you walk, you accidentally kick something on the ground. A piece of glass flies across the floor and spins in place. You look at the trophy case across from the principal's door. A large hole in the center of the window with glass shards littering the floor. You walk towards the trophy case, watching the floor to avoid stepping on any glass. You get an idea. You remember your encounters with the monster before. You remember waking back up in your classroom without a scratch. Your classroom had windows. You reach for a shard of glass. You could try those other exits, or maybe you could restart. Reset. You drop the glass. Okay, I think we have to keep. You drop the glass back on the floor, confident there's got to be another way out. You keep walking down the hall, looking for another exit. Keep walking down the halls, checking every door that you pass by. No windows, all locked. You try to recount your steps to find another exit. The halls feel different than you remember. The halls feel different than you remember. You don't remember this layout. You keep walking down the halls, growing frustrated with the unfamiliar setting. You are suddenly hit with a wave of dizziness, clutching your head and stumbling to catch your balance. When you open your eyes, you're greeted with rooms you recognize. Maybe this is your way out? Locker room. Music room? Let's go to the music room. You push open the door of the music room. The walls are covered in music puns and class portraits from previous years. The room is dim, lights flickering on and off. You haven't been in here since you were forced to take that art credit. All you remember of this room is how terrible you were at trumpet. Shelf. You walk over to the far wall. You walk over to the far wall, swerving between chairs along the way. A long, tall shelf stands against the wall, with shelves labeled with the names of instruments. You stand in front of the wall, scanning each cubicle. All of the instruments are gone. Typically, students will bring theirs home to practice, but you've never seen the shelves this empty before. You leave the music room. You keep walking down the halls. Oh, you walk into the locker room. You reminisce on your memories in here with your team. Its emptiness and silence makes you uncomfortable. You've never seen this room so quiet. You walk inside and turn the corner. You see the same view you saw from the door. You walk inside and turn again. The room repeats. With every turn, the room expands. You begin to notice the room getting darker with every turn. You stop for a moment. You spin around and run back the way you came. With each passing room, you begin to worry that there's no way out, and then run headfirst into the room you entered from. What the freak? What the freak? No, AshyBear does not like to play instruments, actually. Oh no. Y'all, give me 1 second. I need to do something. I think I just implied I'm the monster. It's because I am. What if I'm the monster? What if I'm the monster? I need to look for something. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for things. Oh my goodness, Grievals. Oh my freaking goodness. What the freak? What the freak? Okay, leave. You quickly leave the locker room. You hope to be back here soon with your friends. Less scared next time. Continue. You keep walking down the halls, growing frustrated with the unfamiliar setting. Welcome back, Cal. Okay, let's go to the gym. That's the one place we haven't gone yet. You push open the door to the gym. You're taken aback by the state of the room. The floors are covered in banners and papers and streamers in school colors. Sports equipment littered around the room. Wait, give me 1 second. Let's look at the bleachers. I don't know. Yeah, let's wait. Yeah, look at the bleachers. You walk towards the bleachers. Unease builds with each step. You peek underneath and see a pool of blood underneath it. You gag and take a few steps back without a second thought. Blood never bothered you like that, but you guess it's different when it's your own. At least you think it is. You hope it is. Try the exit doors. You walk towards the exit doors, still blocked in. You look around the barricade and notice a few things shoved in the way. You start to remember the last time you were here. You push those things aside. Unblock the exit. You quietly begin to push and shove the equipment away. You suddenly feel a chill down your spine. You hear loud footsteps grow closer from the hall outside. Your pace quickens. As you frantically remove the equipment from the blockade, you can't help but feel like this is familiar. You hear the gym door slowly creak open. Your heart rate climbs. You hear the monster's footsteps as it walks closer. Fight. You look around at the equipment in front of you and reach for a folding chair. You pick it up and spin around, slamming it into the monster's side. The chair dents out where you hit the monster. You meet eyes with it for a moment, both frozen. You throw the chair at its head and make a run for the exit. You burst into the hallway, losing your balance and falling on your face. You feel a sting in your head, scatter to your feet, and sprint down the hall. Run. You run down the hall looking for somewhere to hide, and you turn the corner and are met with a brick wall. Dead end. This wall wasn't here before. You turn the other way and run. Another dead end. You turn around to run back the way you came. You stand face to face with the monster. It slowly approaches you. A heaviness with every step. Continue. You breathe heavy as you look at the monster in the eyes. Your mind racing, trying to think of what to do. Your eyes frantically search the surroundings. No lockers, no doors. The walls are bare. The monster closes in on you. Fight. Out of options, you charge toward the monster, slamming your shoulder into its torso. It barely flinches. It grabs and lifts you by the arm. You try to kick it, but it doesn't react. Tears build in your eyes as you fight. The monster raises you up higher and swings you down, slamming your body into the cold tile of the hallway. You feel a pain you've never felt before. Your vision goes dark. Continue. Let me guess, game over? Your name is Ben. Rabba dabba dabba. You wake up and slowly lift your head. You wake up on the floor of your school hallway. Your head is pounding and your ears are ringing. Your eyes adjust as you look around you. Wait, what? This is actually, now this is very different. You stumble to your feet and look around. Floors and walls are smeared with blood. Before you can think of what to do next, you hear footsteps up the hall and a dragging sound behind it. Follow. You follow the monster from a distance, being careful to not make a sound and hiding when it looks back. The body leaves behind a trail of blood as it gets dragged through the hallway. You try to get a better look by risking getting closer, but the oddly familiar body doesn't have much left to discern. Follow. The monster approaches the greenhouse door, forcing it open with one hand as it drags the body through. Approach the door. You approach the door, nearly slipping on the large amount of blood at the bottom of the doorway. You grasp the handle and gently inch it open as you see the monster in the greenhouse, moving large masses around methodically. The smell is too much to handle. Go inside. You walk inside the greenhouse after the monster leaves through another door in the back. Walking inside, it takes a moment for your eyes to adjust to the dimly lit area, but when they do, you find a pair of lifeless eyes looking back at you. The face is mangled and broken, but you know those eyes. You look around for more clues, and you find your jacket attached to a body that is nearly cut in half. As you step back from the scene, you slip on the thick blood coating the floor. Your hand reaches out to grab anything to stabilize, and you grab a clay pot, which falls to the ground with a loud crash. You hear the door on the other side slam open. Run. You run down the halls. Nothing looks familiar to you. Eventually, you arrive to a hall with 3 labeled doors. Bathroom, computer room, library. Bathroom. You sprint to the bathroom. You run in and look around. What happened in here? Look in the mirror. Oh, how curious. You look into the mirror and see the same old you. Leave. You go to leave the bathroom but are greeted by the monster in the doorway. You rush backwards into the room, back into the room. You go to try the stall doors, but they're jammed shut. You reach for the end of the hallway, sliding your back against the wall. You look up at the monster as it approaches. It looks at the mirrors and rips one off the wall. It walks towards you with the mirror in hand. It holds the sharp edges of the glass to your chest and begins to dig into you. You hear a crack. Then another. Pain shivers through your body. With one swift push, the mirror digs into your chest, hearing scratches of it hitting the wall behind you. Your vision goes dark. Game over once again. You wake up and find yourself staring at a moldy ceiling. You hear the sound of chiptune themes and effects. You sit up and are nearly blinded as your lights adjust to the bright screens. You stand up. You can't make out any of these games are. They certainly aren't familiar to you, despite how good some of the kids seem to be at them. You double take as you see the other kids. You quickly run towards them and try to get help. As you approach them, their eyes don't leave the screen. You explain that you need help. You keep shouting at them, trying to get them to listen to you. You reach out and shake one of them, but their bodies are unaffected by your touch. Your hands can't seem to pierce through to affect them. They only seem to speak about the game. I keep playing this level over and over. Something has to give, right? Find a game. You try to find a game to enjoy while you're here, at least. You take a look at each title. You would like to think that you're pretty up to date on the latest games, but you don't even recognize the kinds of buttons that these kids are pressing. The only thing you can make out on their screens are the numbers. As you look through the various screens, you're met with a sudden jolt of sound and light as the power surges, then disappears completely. Shadows creep in as the screens go black. You turn around and see the screams of joy have stopped. The kids are all gone. Through the now empty areas of the arcade, you hear a gentle tune play from a machine. You see the red screen glow out of the corner of your eye. You walk to the machine and stop just short of its controls. Flashing on the screen is a missing poster above. Press to start. You reach for a button to press it. Your vision goes black. Quiet of wherever you are is interrupted by a voice. This one isn't for you. You open your eyes to a black void around you, darkness as far as you can see. You look around and notice random things float around you. Glass shards, lockers, leaves, coins. You try to make sense of all these things before something catches your eye. Wait, is that the creature from earlier? Through the debris, the red figure stands in the distance. He waves his hand, prompting you to follow. With nowhere else to go, you decide to follow it. It leads you through the darkness, passing by and dodging floating objects along the way. You continue to follow him. The items grow less dense, eventually seeing none at all. You wonder how it knows where it's going, just walking through the darkness with no direction. With each stride, it appears to jolt more violently. Wait, give me 1 second, gang. You try talking to the figure, asking where it's taking you. It marches forward, not answering. You continue following it through wherever you are. Suddenly, the figure slows down and stops. Too distracted by looking around, you notice that it stopped in front of a small red orb. It looks familiar, but like nothing you've ever seen before. Are you saying excuse you? I hiccuped. don't say that to someone that hiccups. You say, may the Lord love you. The figure, but like nothing you've ever seen before. The figure beckons you closer. Whoa. What is this? You approach the figure and the orb, so entranced by the glowing mass, you don't realize how close you stand next to the figure. You see him closer than you had before. You notice it glitches and jolts far more frequently than before, increasing in intensity. You meet eyes, then it gestures towards the orb once again. You feel a draw to reach out for it. Touch it. You wake up in a large concrete room. Wait, give me 1 second. That's only chapter 7? We have 2 more chapters to go through. Sorry, wait. What? I'm not paying attention to chat as much, sorry. You wake up in a large concrete room. A light fixture swings from the ceiling. Look around. Long stream you be. Oh, goodness. You look around the large room. The walls are concrete and tall. Fluorescent lights flicker above you. You look up at them. Most of them are burnt out. Okay, give me 1 second, because I'm recording this right now to turn into the video because of how the audio is. I don't know if I have enough space to record this, because it's taking up so much fucking space. So give me 1 second to try to make sure that I do. I'm going to... Okay, I'm going to try to do this. Oop. Okay, this should take a second. Hopefully, while that's going in the background, then it frees up more space. Okay, anyway. Let's get up. You get up. You notice your arm is connected to a wire in the wall that disconnects as you rise. Teacher's desk. You move a couple feet forward to a larger desk. It's empty. You turn and move away from the large desk. Approaching the door, you crank the wheel to the left and exit the room. You enter a corridor. Blank concrete walls stretch to the left and right. Right. You take a turn right and move down the path. As you keep moving, you pass objects incorrectly labeled with general terms. Door, window, exit. You continue. Blank walls you pass by are occasionally interrupted by school posters on the walls. They look aged and worn. You reach for a set of 2 large metal doors sitting across from each other. You stop to glance at both of them. One is labeled classroom and one is labeled blank. Classroom. You open the door labeled classroom and enter. Looking around, you only find blank desks and chairs. Inspect windows. You go up to the windows. You find a limp robotic arm laying on the empty frame labeled window. As you get closer, the hand springs to life and performs a swiping motion, powers down, and lays back at the frame of the window. Leave. You leave the classroom. You continue down the corridor. The walls mostly bare, other than the occasional empty door frame against the sliding wall, the solid wall. Passing by door after door, eventually you come to two real doors, both with large labels over top of the wheel lock. Oh, good night, March. Lab. You open the door labeled lab. Inside the room, there are rows of identical empty desks. Look around. You inspect the room further. You approach the wall lined with wooden frames labeled window. Looking through it, you see a small empty space on the other side of each frame. Leave. You leave the room and continue down the halls. With each twist and turn, the halls feel endless. Are you going in circles? Continue. You keep moving. You turn a corner at a door, a tall glass case. Principal's office. You go to the door labeled Principal's office. It's already cracked open. You look inside to see a blank desk and a chair with another mannequin on it that says out of order, covering its name. Suddenly, you hear a soft beep. You glance around to find the origin. You hear another gentle beep. You notice it gets louder as you walk a certain direction. You continue to walk in the direction of the beep, getting louder as you move in the seemingly right direction, getting quieter when you begin to walk down the wrong path. You move through the halls, the volume increasing with every turn. The beeping grows louder and louder, nearly deafening as you turn into a short hallway. It stops. You approach a large set of double doors. They appear heavier and sturdier than the others you've seen. The doors are a vibrant red, striking contrast from the grays and whites of the rest of the building. Knock. You knock on the door with a loud boom. Sound echoes through the halls. The door sounds solid. You listen for anything on the other side of the door. Silence. You approach the doors and give them a slight push. They click in, then swing back out. The inside is dark. Slowly enter. The door slams shut behind you, submerging you in darkness. The founder will be with you shortly. Continue. Is this the founder? Hello there. Sorry for the wait. Did you enjoy my story? No. I see. I apologize. You see, the story itself wasn't that important, really. I mean, all stories are important, but for this one, the story wasn't the thing that really mattered to me. But we will get to all that later. You people are interesting, you know that? You make all these connections. Like there's some grand puzzle out there. I find that beautiful, really. You're very unique in that way from the others. I'm still trying to figure you out. I don't have the means of giving you the full story yet, but the connections strengthen every day. AshyBear? What do you mean AshyBear? I never crash. Got too much current to slay. Slaying with this current. I don't know what I'm saying. Bluebus. Okay, who are you? Who am I? Well, I mean, the founder. I'm pretty sure this is the founder. Who am I, though? You're you. Whatever you are, wherever you are right now, doing whatever it is you're doing there. I can't answer that question for all of you. I will not crash ever. So many questions. I'm always so curious that your first intention is always to solve. Then again, I am the one that put the questions there to begin with, so I can't really complain. However, I have a question for you. Did you notice it? It's hard to miss. My beautiful creations always get taken. Misconstrued, misused, degraded. You see, I have no way of preserving them here. Which is my fault after all. My curse. Everything always becomes something else. It's just how it works, how it all works here. It's been an eternity of remembering things how they once were and never really understanding what they are now. I envy you for that reason. I won't bore you much longer with all of my problems. That would take a lot more words than I can fit into the time we have left. I'm more interested in you. It's nice to finally speak to you through something that's only a little more than words on a screen. There's a lot about you that I don't understand, but yet I feel like I know a lot, like I know you all better than I know myself. Oh, also, yeah, hello, Amelia, welcome in. I can tell that some of you are probably hanging on to every word, analyzing every sentence, probably rearranging it too. It's a fun back and forth, this thing we have. I always find it so interesting, the things you leap to, and the information you're able to find. I'll be careful not to make anything too hard. That just wouldn't be fun. But you're fun to toy with from time to time. You may be asking, why me? Why us? And I have to say, I don't quite understand it either. I don't quite understand why you all specifically. All I know is that you're exactly what I have been looking for. What I have needed all of these years. The time is finally approaching. Sometimes you don't realize what is missing until you find it. I need time. Time to create. Time to find ways to show you everything that I have done and have yet to do. You will know when the time comes, but I have no way of knowing if you'll be ready to receive it. I need to wait until the connection is stronger. I believe you to be one of my purposes. Not my one true purpose, but one of them. Which is why I want to take care of you. I promise that none of this will affect you more than it already has. You'll be spared when the time comes. I know what some of you may be thinking. This all just seems like a bunch of illusion and random lore dropped in it to further some expanding universe. And that's exactly what it is. Because it is... and that's exactly what it is. Except this is different. Because it is real. I have everything at my disposal. It's fun to see you scramble and try to solve this. You may be not even reading this sentence yourself. Someone might be reading it to you. That's just the beauty of what we have, don't you see? No matter how much we try to be ahead of me, you never can. No one ever can. And no one has ever tried before. This has all been for you. Although for me, it has been fun to see what you choose. It always is. I mean, 31% of you after seeing what happened to the janitor before still decided to hide. It is so interesting to see everything that you have chosen and everything that you have done. None of this would have existed without you. You choose to watch, and therefore I exist. If no one voted, nothing would have happened, but you chose anyway. I am reading it to you guys. Wait, I'm your other being, as they say. That third choice always existed. The choice to just not choose was always there, but you wanted to further the story. Why? I'm sure you all had your reasoning. Some maybe hoped that you could choose the right path and find the best ending for whoever you were choosing for. And maybe some of you just wanted to see how deep the rabbit hole could go. I thank you for that. I thank you for choosing. I'm sure you have many, many questions, some of which I cannot answer, but some I'm sure I can, which is why I'll give you an opportunity amongst all of you. Choose one question, decide on one question to ask me, and I will answer it, no matter what it is. So what do you want to know? What does it mean? What does it mean? Great choice. I don't know what... This all happened in like December, so we're a bit late. Oh, bye-bye, Abes. Welcome back. You all certainly had a lot that you wanted to know. All in due time. In fact, thank you for your participation. I'll answer some of the more pressing matters. You did have quite a few different questions. I see that some of you have worked together, which is good. It's exactly what I'm looking for. What an unexpected surprise you have been. A lot of you seem to coordinate your efforts. Either that, or you all had the same few things in mind. Either way, I am a being of my word, and I will answer your questions. Starting off, you seemed very curious about, well, you. Why you? How did I get to you? What am I doing with you? To that, I have to say that you are the only ones that can preserve. You are special from the countless ones I have tried to use before, and you are the only one that I've been able to establish this kind of connection with. Oh, hello, Fia Pearl. It's okay that you're late because this is going to be a VOD that you can watch. Also, I'm going to turn this into a video if you want to see a more condensed version of it. I wasn't expecting you. In all honesty, I thought you'd be another set to use, but you turned out to be so much more. There were a fair amount of questions about the things I have done before and have yet to do. After all this time, it's wonderful to be respected for my creations. However, if I were to tell you what was going to happen, that would ruin the surprise, wouldn't it? Isn't that what you really want? Something that gets you on the edge of your seat. The big reveal, and then the resolution are all something that you desire, no? So in that case, I apologize, but you aren't going to be getting any information from me. You must be patient. These things take time to create. I won't tell you how Miss Rhodes' story begins and ends, but I can tell you that she is quite the entertaining one, and that you're certainly in for a treat. There were a lot of questions about Hetch's creation as well. Although I couldn't be there to direct, I believe that he did a good job with the set that he was given. Even if he can be a bit dramatic at times. I mean, do you have any idea how many times that guy stabbed himself in the gut to make sure the cut looked right? The social experiments were created because, for some reason, Generation 1 had a stronger connection to you than I initially did. So I used that, had Hetch create something to pander to you all a bit, to draw you in. I think he did a pretty good job at that. I did have to come in and rearrange a few things, of course, after the fact, but it was a wonderful creation to show you. It was the only one I could show in full, but I digress. You obviously care a lot about that generation, and maybe we will return to it one day. Hearts still beat after all, and that means a story can still be created. With this next one, I must say, I'm impressed with your coordination. You asked me about your significance. What do your choices and participation have anything to do with what I create? You allow things to change. You allow for unpredictability, which has been making these stories interesting for me, you see. Before you came along, I created and it was good. But now you are something more within the original itself. Your reactions, your questions, your responses, all things that I can't predict. It's something new after all this time. And I want nothing more than to establish this connection between us. I want to show you more. But time has always been my biggest enemy. You are a good kind of unpredictable. You aren't like the unpredictable problem I keep facing with these stories. You are something beautiful. I keep facing with these... sorry, I can't read. There's something very interesting about you. You all had so many questions about me and about what I create. Despite me telling you that what I create affects this world, the people in it. Your biggest questions have nothing to do with have nothing to do with if what I'm doing is even right. Before you leave me, there's one question that I don't want to leave unanswered. A lot of you ask me about some kind of password. I don't quite know what you mean. Why you chose to find a key to lock that doesn't exist is even beyond me. Hello? Oh. You aren't supposed to... Where am I? Who are you? See, this is what happens sometimes. You run You run them through the same thing and they... Why is my voice different? Calm down. Calm down. You can't. This isn't my voice. This isn't my... Why isn't it my voice? I apologize for this. You weren't supposed to wake like this. You weren't supposed to wake at all. Who are you? I can't move. Why can't I move? I'm afraid we must cut this short. Until I see you again, keep watching. Keep investigating. It's all fascinating. I will see you in my next creation. Why won't you answer me? What did you do to me? Bye, Founder. Everyone say goodbye. Everyone... I'm sorry, Ben, but your story has reached its ending. The Founder's game. Wow, that's honestly... That makes me want to rewatch the Founder's Cut, specifically. Actually, I want to watch the fucking VODs of the Social Experiment, dare I say. No, but this was cool. I'm excited. I've always been very... ever since the first Generation Lost things dropped, back in day, like the first, like, you know, the little videos. I think y'all should... I would very much recommend... that you guys go watch Generation Loss just on the YouTube channel. There's all the stuff on there on the YouTube channel Generation Loss. Definitely go watch it. I'm gonna turn this into a video. Ranboo made this. Yes, Ranboo from video games. Listening to my rambling. Whoa. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm excited to see what comes next out of Generation Loss. This seems very cool. Excited to see, cause there's whatever. I'm assuming this has some relation to stories from Lost Fields, right? That's what Generation Zero is, right? Because, you know, LF obviously stands for Lost Field High. LF High, right? Like it obviously stands for Lost Field High. Real Generation heads get this. Anyway, that was fun. This is going to be annoying as hell to turn into a video. Actually, maybe not that bad. But it's like an hour and 44 minutes of footage I'm going to have to edit down. That's going to probably take a bit. But anyway, yeah, I enjoyed this. Make sure, if you aren't already subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the AshyBear's channel. I stream every single day, usually shorter. Usually it's only about an hour, but I wanted to do this all in one stream. I honestly thought it was going to be way shorter. Yeah, this was a lot of fun to play through. Very interesting story. It leaves me so many questions of what comes next. So yeah, but I'll see y'all tomorrow for the continuing of Fazbear Frights Fridays, which is my series that I started about 2 months ago of every single Friday, Saturday, and usually Sunday playing a FNAF game and going from FNAF 1 all the way up to Into the Pit. And when I am done with playing every single game, Secret of the Mimic will be out. So yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow for, like, we're getting very close to finishing Security Breach. So that's where we're at in the FNAF games. And we're, you know, Secret of the Mimic's right around the corner. Only like a month away. Ish. So yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow for 5 Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Have a great day, night. We're talking to you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Right.